laughing. Hey.
Hey, everybody.
After the talk. Yeah, I love the song.
Such an awesome time. I tell you, we had a great talk.
It's the after party. It's the after party. Hey, it's the after party.
Okay. You know, I think it's your jam. You just be going for it.
That's my jam. Welcome to After the Talk, y'all. Again, I'm your host, Vicky.
And I'm your host, Natasha. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Those of you who joined us earlier tonight, we had an awesome discussion with the barbers at the barbershop. They let us in, y'all. They let us in. We didn't know if they was going to do it or not. We didn't know if they was going to be hush-hush or, bro code and hold some things back. But they let us in and they shared some nuggets. So, I don't know, Tasha, how you think it was? How you think it went?
I enjoyed the discussion, and I learned a lot about the barbershop. It was just just to know they're not just what's I want to say the right word, just talking about nothing, but they really talk about real life stuff. So you always, if you don't know, you kind of suspect they talk about this, talk about that, but just to hear the barbers kind of just share, and it was just give me a different perspective and a whole new respect for barbers and barbershop. Not saying that I didn't have that respect for them, because I've seen them do wonders on people. Like I said earlier, they come out new creations. So,
new
creations.
But it's interesting to see again. I think Big Kev shared and a couple of other guys that they come in looking one way, and it's like they already got in their mind. I'm gonna hook them up. And when they leave out, they look a whole different way, and that swag is in, what I'm saying? They feeling fresh to death, so to speak, so I think it's cool. I mean, I've seen it myself when I'm sitting waiting on the boys to get a haircut, or if I've been at the shop with Antoine, it's like you could just see the transformations take place right before your very eyes.
And then that whole level of self, I think that's when they take selfies. Then that's when guys take selfies, when they want to show they knew everything. So yeah, girls, we take selfies all the time, but I think that's when they really get that selfie on. I think a lot of times I see them like in the chair where they get the side and the beard, and they do a lot. So it was just kind of cool to enter into their world today, and the stories that they shared, and how the pandemic. One of the most impactful things for me was how the pandemic affected them in a way that kind of got them almost like a break to really kind of look into other avenues and just embark on new territories and give them that space and that needed time for that. And then on the other side of that, how, really understanding that their clients really didn't need them. Doing that,
really did need them. That they really did need them.
Yeah, they really did need them. Yeah, and it was just it was just so many different things that was great. A good share, a great conversation, I would say. That's why you looking at me like that. You looking at me like.
I was just waiting. I was just trying to.
You look confused. Look. I'm trying to get my words out because it was so good.
I figured I just was trying to figure out what you were saying. That's all.
No, you don't do like that. That means you do like that. That never mind. Go ahead.
But you're right. You're right. They realize they really do need their barbers, and like you said, they're essential workers. But I think the emotional part of it, like a lot of the viewers chimed in and said the barbershop is like therapy. You know what I'm saying? It's their therapy session. They get away from the house, they get away from the kids, the wife, and they get to go into their own safe zone, safe space to kind of talk about what they want to talk about, whether it be sports, whether it be movies, whether it be, like you said, politics, whatever they want to talk about. And, sometimes it ain't for light ears up in there, because they can go in sometimes. But, that's their space to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like it. I like that. And I guess that's why some people, when they get a barber, They stay with them for years. I
Yeah.
think I think one of my brothers may drive like an hour to go to his barber.
Hmm.
He drives a whole hour to get there, and
An
he
hour.
yeah. To
Wow.
he goes to the
That's
same barber,
loyalty. That's loyalty.
and I don't know of him letting anybody else cut his hair. So it's been interesting just to see, when they get a barber that they can connect with. I just wonder, and just to get that inside scoop, like I said, I've never really been able to stay in there long. So I guess a whole lot of men in here, and I would always leave. So I'm like, golly, oh,
But also too, I love how they play a part in community. A lot of the young kids, sometimes that's the only connection they have to some positive male role models. And sometimes that barber can say one thing to them. If they say Johnny or Ray Ray or is cutting up in school or at home, you already know that barber gonna whisper something in their ear, and they act right after that, at least for a couple of days. So it's nice that they have the barbershop to lean on for that, because sometimes some women or single parents, or even like grandparents who are raising their grandkids now, sometimes they need that support from the community, and a lot of times they find it at the barbershop.
hmm
you
yeah,
know
I
I love
think
how they shared about how they kind of came up with some other innovative ways to make money, or came up with some other business ideas. Still being able to be blessed through the pandemic. I loved how they tapped into that, and how they were transparent about it. At first they were scared. They would have some concerns. Again, whether or not they had a nest egg or not everybody does. But how they knew that this pandemic was going to be a little different. Things were going to be different. And they had to be kind of brace themselves for that. So
definitely. And it was also interesting to see how customers were like, nah, I did it myself. They started learning how to cut their hair. I
yeah,
remember seeing like the celebrities having their kids cut their hair and the pandemic. I was like,
doing
okay.
the nails, people were doing it. Press on nails. They was up in the Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar getting them press on nails. So we were making it do what it do. But I want about that press on life. So as soon as them shops open back up, holla, I was up in there.
Yeah, I didn't go back in there. I said something. I just didn't. There was a lot of touching involved. That's a lot of touching,
Well,
and
true.
I'm like, how can you socially distance? You know, and so it's one thing you doing my hair, but it's a whole other thing you touching my hand. We ain't supposed to be handshaking, and so that's just the way I looked at it. But I'm not saying nobody should not do it. I'm not promoting not to go. I'm just saying I ain't ready yet. Ain't ready
Well, I like to. Okay, one of the things the guys shared that I love was in the very beginning when they went to barber school, how that fear and anxiety set in, and how like they weren't taught how to get over that, and they weren't taught also how to deal with people. Huh?
Let's go back. Do you remember Kevin saying they didn't even teach us how to cut our own hair? I wanted to ask about that so bad. I'm like, who hair was they cutting? And he said they didn't teach us. We had to learn. And I'm like, well, what's the point of going to school if they're not going to teach you how to cut the hair that you need to know how to cut?
You know what? What you mean by your own hair? Mean their own hair as a barber? Or are you talking about our own hair?
Yeah,
Which one?
the second one.
Right, our people hair.
Well,
Right.
no,
That
because all I'm not getting ready to make that statement because
I
all
think.
our people don't have the same hair. Because
Kev, you out there, I think Kev watching. What was you talking about? Were you talking about our people hair? Or you talking about they didn't teach you how to cut your own hair, literally, like
I
cut your
think I'm right. Option number. Well,
which one you
no, I was trying to tell you. He was trying to say that it was cutting the that kind of hair.
the ethnic hair.
Yeah,
Okay, you were
I
right. Hold on, me drum roll. You are correct. Our
that's
hair.
an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Thank you, Kevin.
Our people. He's saying our people. Yeah.
Yes, okay. That's what I was trying to tell you the whole time.
I
I don't
don't know.
know
You
why
was having a hard time getting that out. I didn't know
you
what he was saying. I was
you
looking
won't
for
pay attention.
one
You
second.
won't pay attention. You won't pay
I was
attention.
like, what? I didn't understand. I had to phone a friend. Kev, what was she trying to say? Thank you. He got it cleared up.
But I mean, well, what they're going to school to learn? Like I don't know what that. Let
No,
me.
the Americans, I ain't seen, have you seen African American? I mean, back then, I don't think they have. That's a, you know what? They need to look into that.
We don't know because we ain't never been to school. We don't know whether that they
Well,
have.
the barbers know. We can ask the barbers. They can tell us whether or not they got ethnic mannequin hairs now that they can
We was on here with 3 of them an hour ago, and we ain't asked nothing.
Well, we didn't ask that. We asked a lot of stuff.
Okay.
But now we can find out, you know what I'm saying? Good night. Of course, this is after the talk when you realize some of the stuff we could have talked about.
Well, I was trying to, but you was cutting me off.
What? Here we go.
You know how you be doing.
Here we go, America. There she go again.
Miss
But
Jacobs.
now let's see the comments. The barber.
Can I read it? Because I never get to read it. I never get to read the comments. Miss Sarah Jacobs says the barber.
That's my aunt, by the way.
Well, you want to read your aunt's thing? Because
go ahead, you may.
Hi, Miss Sarah Jacobs, Miss Vicky's aunt. The barbershop has been a great outlet to allow customers and barbers to express their current mood and attitudes.
That's right, Auntie. Boom.
I like that. That's awesome. That's a great comment. Definitely.
We had a lot of great comments that was coming in because a lot of guys were showing love and showing support. And a lot of girls too, a lot of women, they were sharing that, well, they may be, I think a few of them are cosmetologists, but they were, you know, attesting and agreeing with the guys as far as this is a tough industry. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like everything is love when everybody got a good cut. But then we talked about when the cut ain't so good and they ain't so happy.
Well, I think that somebody should have said something or prayed or something. You know.
But you know what? We got into, I think they said, remember when Reggie said he dodged the swing? Somebody tried to swing on him and he died.
You changed the subject. Remember, because you know that you're good for that. Because I was getting ready to ask, well, what did you do to their hair?
What happened? I answered a follow-up question, but I meant to go back and say, what happened? Why did they try to swing on you? What you do?
And he had good moves, though, if he missed it, because that's not a lot of space with that chair and stuff at. But
I doubt somebody sitting down tried to swing up at him. I'm thinking it was another situation. But again, if you listen to Reg, let us know. People want to know what happened.
You know that man ain't gonna tell you how he got
swing down. I want inquiring minds want to know, was it a swing up or a swing down?
I don't want to know. We ain't asking then. I don't want to know. That's making that man relive bad memories. Wait. Oh, barbershops. Angela, go ahead. Your turn. You go ahead. Go ahead. Your turn.
Miss Angela King. Hey, Angela. Hey. Barbershops have served as healthy outlets for many in our communities. Yes, definitely. That safe zone, a safe space.
And to add to that, I've also seen it where I know we had a young man in my church and they kind of brought him in and took him under their wings and he was making his little money sweeping. And shout out to, I forget the name of the barbershop, but I know Corey, the barber stylist in Oxford. And he used to let the young guys come in there and they would sweep and they would get paid. And that, you know, they were really working really hard and they stayed committed to their little jobs at the barbershop. So I do know that directly. And it made them, you know, out to be a different young men. So it helped him to kind of cultivate them and make positive decisions. So shout out to him. If anybody knows that he's watching or listening, definitely you had a strong impact on that young man's life.
Yeah, going back to what we shared earlier about, again, sometimes these young men, these young kings don't have that connection and they get that at the barbershop, you know, even just coming in for a few minutes or a few hours and being part of something, being part of a group that actually cares, I think is critical and key. And again, the COVID hit, you take that away, look at what happened, how that probably impacted the community. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't just get up and go nowhere, and you definitely couldn't get up and go to the barbershop. So, but they still risking their lives now. Stylists and barbers. They come in real close contact with people, mask or not. They come in as close as contact as a lot of healthcare professionals, and they put their lives in harm's way every day just to make us look good, help us to look good. So we definitely need to, give some shout outs and some kudos. And I like what Kev said, the tip was a little better. They bless them a little bit different, and the cash app ringing. You know what I'm saying? I think that's awesome.
It is. It definitely is. And we just want to encourage all the customers, guys, just be honest and safe. Because even though you're getting the service done, these barbers and stylists, they got families and lives too. And so let's just be mindful of the next steps that we take when we go and get services done, and just kind of be careful and prayerful at the same time. So what Kev talk about? I was trying to
He said, yeah, it was.
what was.
I guess something we was talking about, it's a delay. So.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I think it's just something that we all have to be mindful of. They care about what they do. Those guys, if they don't love being a barber, then they tricked us today. Because I mean, they were just like, yeah, we listen to them. They really mean that thing. It's not just a job to them. It's just being at work and really having a good time. So.
And again, like I think one last thing we talked about was self-care and how come they feel it is important, because they got to make sure they all right to be able to go up in the shop and cut, other people's hair. Their spirit got to be right. Their energy has to be right. Because like I said, people can tell when they might be having an off day. And like I think Reggie shared, they'll be like, yo, man, I'm praying for you. Or, I pray everything all right. Or how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we forget, we get in that chair and we think it's all about us.
Mm-hmm.
But day in and day out, a lot of times they work 6 days a week. I'm thinking Monday's usually the only day they truly have off. So they all Tuesday through Saturday. That's a lot. And they there from sun up to sundown. And I meant to ask them about this. I know one barber, right when it snows or whatever, and then they call for snow the next day, he still be going out there. If he don't see no ice or no snow come yet, he meet his clients at the shop like 6 a.m, or even after it has snowed or ice, he be at the shop at 6 a.m. That black ice still out there, but they do what they got to do.
And then so appearance is important to us,
Right.
and when you take on that job, like it's a sacrifice. When it's something that you love to do, you're gonna sacrifice, and you're gonna make sacrifices because it's something that you love. If you don't love it, you're not gonna make a whole bunch of sacrifices.
Yeah.
You're up. Free day,
Yep.
Snow day. But when you love it, you gonna press your way, because it's like God gonna take care of me. And I'm not saying that's the wisest thing in the world to do, but it hits different when it's something you love. When you into it and you're all in.
And also too, you're considered an entrepreneur. You ain't got no sick days. You don't get no paid time off. You got to keep going. So they sacrifice a lot, like you said. A lot goes into just making us look good. It's not just that. It's not just at that surface. Kevin mentioned, he said he was talking about the tip. That the tips have gotten better and people have been blessing them a little different. And he said, yeah, it was. So that's what he was confirming.
Yes, and y'all keep tipping. I know they have prices, but tip them. Tipping is good. Tipping might get you in there. I don't know that. I can't.
Oh, I love this. I know we getting ready to break away, but I love what Kevin said. Tithe. Take that 10%. Tithe, and God gonna look out for you. And then take some money
and then he said save. That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Those are key points.
Remember number 3. It was tithe, save money aside for yourself.
And it was something real important. It was very important.
Yeah.
Don't ask him no more. It's gonna come to
me. He know we sitting here and want to know what it was. It was a
I
third.
remember what it was. I had repeated it. He was like, and no, that was
Jones after that. That's how deep it was.
Reggie tell me 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. He was
1, 2. Kev was 1, 2, 3, and then Tony was just words of encouragement.
And make sure it's what you want to do.
And make sure it's what you want to do. No shop hopping. That's right, Kev. Hold up. Boom. No shop hopping. Get rooted so you can grow. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what brought on like Mr. Jones.
You just had to get help. And then you break bad.
You couldn't remember.
You rooted, but you read it before you could share with me. It was
powerful, Leslie. Okay, now it was
very powerful. I'm just saying.
So you can grow.
And don't shop hop because you can't be at these shops and stuff. So it was good stuff.
And like Reggie said, be the best number 2 because eventually you're gonna become a number 1. Woo! That was good. We need to get a shirt made. Reg, holla at me. We can get some shirts made off of that.
Wait, who gonna make the shirt?
Well, you know, Ashton and Chase have a t-shirt machine, and they can make shirts.
Oh Lord!
AC Designs.
You promoted 99 businesses between these 2 shows. You promoted.
And boy, you ain't got no choice. You out here surviving out here in these streets. You got to come up with some innovative things.
Praise God.
So, thank y'all for tuning in to After the Talk. Now, what we got coming up on Monday?
On Monday, we are going to be gathering together on Monday night at 7 p.m. Same time, same place. Facebook Live, YouTube Live at 7 p.m. The lovely time of 7 p.m. That's right. And we are going to be doing mental health and entertainment. Yes. I just read it. Why are you cutting me off? I done told
you. You said promoters.
I was finishing my. Go back. Rewind.
Where it said entertainment. And you said promoters.
And I what if America can play this tape back? I said entertainers. I said entertainers. Did you hear me say entertainers?
Entertainment.
Well, I said entertainment. You made me say entertainers because you said, you know what? It don't even matter. Y'all look, we're gonna have some promoters here, and we're gonna be talking about entertainment, entertainers. We're gonna talk about showbiz and mama keep them babies business minded. Thank you, Miss Sarah J.
You talking about AC Design?
Oh, yes, she does. Praise God. So we're gonna have an awesome show talking about everything. It's gonna be epic. I'm looking forward.
It's gonna be lit.
Lit. I don't lit sounds dangerous. It sounds like fire and flammable is involved. But we can definitely say lit. L-I-T. We're gonna say it's gonna be L-I-T, guys. And I can't wait for it. So listen. Tell everybody. Tell your mama, tell your cousin, tell your family, tell your friends. We're going to be back here next Monday night, 7 p.m. If your football game is on, I don't really know what to say about that.
Toggle between the 2. You can show love on both.
That's right. And watch it later.
That's right.
So thank y'all so much. We'll see y'all next Monday night. If you would like to be a sponsor, hit us up in the inbox. Hit us up at Yelverson Enrichment Services. Or definitely you can also send a direct message, DM. That's right, DM, to promote the show, to be a sponsor. We definitely would love it. We're on show number 23. We're still going. We're still thriving through. And no matter what phase we're in, we're still in the pandemic and we're still thriving through. We want to support you. We want to support your business. And so today we want to thank all the sponsors for supporting the show. And we really do appreciate all you viewers. And thank you in advance. If you haven't done so already, thank you for liking, sharing, hearting, and commenting. Y'all have a blessed evening. See you.
Thanks again, Barbers, for joining us tonight. Awesome show. All right. God bless y'all. Good night.